your socks. Let's get into this. Let's go over the Rise of Kingdoms Discord page. It's been kind of wild lately. Like, people have been popping off in here about stuff that they want or stuff that's changed. And I think it's kind of crazy because you'll see a theme on some of this stuff. Some of the stuff's old, some stuff's new, some of the stuff's repeating in here. All right, so I mean, we've all seen this before. Make a 5x5 march preset. People have been looking for this so that you just bring out all your marches at once. I don't understand why we can't do this. Should be something that you should be able to do. I think it would have been more valuable to bring about something like this into the game where it advances gameplay instead of like creates discord between players about your armaments and inscriptions, where some people like it, some people don't like it, some people are down the middle like me, like I don't really care for it either way, one way or the other. I just think it's something added into the game, but having the ability to bring out all your marches all at once would be awesome. That would be totally game changing. It would be amazing to be able to do that, especially in KVK when you need to get out quickly or you're bringing all your marches back home, and when they all return, you want to bring them all out at once. It's something that would definitely contribute to the gameplay in Rise of Kingdoms. This player or person, Jessica, she wants new buffs, right? New tokens that you could use to increase different stuff. All right, something that doesn't understand or make any sense to anyone. And I'm not so sure a lot of players even think about something like this, but it's been on my mind lately. And it's really, really confusing. So, Jessica wants something new instead of 5% attack, 5% health. But I'm going to key in on this 5% health here. All right? Do we have a token that we could use to get 5% health? The answer is no. We can pop a token for attack, we can pop a token for defense, but we cannot pop one for health. It does not make sense that we have these three stats for our troop types and we cannot pop a token for one of them. We can only pop a token for two of the three. That's 66%. Like, why are we doing this? Like, it makes no sense for the developers to not have placed a 5% health token into the game, especially this deep. Now it's too far gone where we're never going to see a 5% health token. This is something that should have been asked right from day one. Why can we pop an attack token? Why can we pop a defense token? But why can't we pop a health token? Even if it was a premium token, like a sort of like a skill reset, that would be awesome, right? But we do not have a health token. All right, so the only way to increase your health is to do your researches or grab a rune. You cannot get a token to increase your health, and that is wild. Like, why do we not have a health token? This other stuff that she's bringing up would be awesome as well, especially when you're just starting out in the game. For instance, like, you don't have a lot of speed ups, you don't have a lot of resources. We could pop like a resource token boost, but we cannot get research speed or building speed other than doing research. Research to increase research speed is kind of wild. Doesn't make sense when you think about it. Now, building speed, you should be able to do a research for building speed. I get the style of game this is, but just the pure logic of it, you should be able to do something in the game that would increase your research speed, especially before the SOC or Season of Conquest. That would be awesome to be able to get some type of item that you could use to start your long researches or just increase your research speed for a certain amount of time, and you just try to blaze through all of them as quick as possible to whatever your stockpile is. So, I mean, now we're getting into add the Incan Empire. Um, I I don't know. I don't really care like what kind of civilization they bring into the game. I think the Incan Empire that should have been brought about when they came out with Pakal or Moctezuma or something like that. You know, it would have been more beneficial to release an Incan Empire at the time that they released some of those commanders. I do think they need add a new civilization to the game. But I'll get into that in a little bit here. Because a little farther down, we're going to get back into this. This is going to be a recurring theme here. In order to decrease power of farmer counts, allow an option to roll back resources and building levels. I'm kind of like throwing the side eye at this dude because this is something that you should have managed. That what this is saying to me is that this guy wants to migrate one of his farm accounts and he powered it up too much. Like, GG noob, you screwed yourself. You're going to have to spend $5 and get a passport or beg for someone to stock a passport for you. GG noob. This stuff about these Cerolis, we're going to see a few of these pretty quickly here. Make a chat room for Ceroli Crisis before the game started. You do not have enough time in the pre-lobby to even create this chat room. When I go into Ceroli, I want to get matched right away. I'm also praying that I get matched with people that actually know what they're doing. One of the reasons I want this is because I don't necessarily always know what I'm doing in Ceroli. I have a hard time with certain things in the game, and one of them's Ceroli. For some odd reason, I don't do too well. I kind of need to get matched with good players to do the legendary. If I don't get matched with great players doing legendary and I don't have a defined job role when going into the boss, I feel kind of lost, right? I like Ceroli. It's quick. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. Just bang out the Ceroli real quick. I do see a reason to install this in the game, but I also do not see them putting resources into getting this in there. I mean, if they did this, they'd have to do it for all the game modes. It would be COO, Boat Game, Ian's Ballads, all of them. Any game mode where you're working with other peers, you would need to install that. Can we get a command to reset a token to return gold heads? Just a one-time thing, just one token. Good luck. You're better off asking the wall than coming on here and asking for that. That's never going to happen. So, remove donation quests from Bastion or increase reward from these quests. They should do this. I don't see them doing this, but they should do this. Because when you get to SOC, your alliance tech is max, and you don't always have the ability or control to monitor donations, or you can't go in and just donate. Like, this does not make sense. What they should do to counteract this is go in there and sort of like these commanders that are not startup, and you go out and you attack a barbarian. Your experience keeps accruing past that max level. You should be able to continue to donate to a certain tech, and then when that tech's available, all those points go into the tech again, so that you don't have to wait for skills to reset. They're just going to be available. And this will fix this issue with the Bastion quest. There's no way they are going to remove it from the quest, but that is something they can do and change that would fix that problem. I do agree with Lice here. You should be able to kick players from the Ceroli lobby. I actually like this, and I could see them doing this. Oh, Parker here has a great idea. Parker wants to be able to spin buildings to add more of an ambiance to their city there. They want to be able to have more control over what their city looks like. This is something that they definitely could do and could possibly do. Because I could see down the line where they're going to be looking for stuff to do to increase the quality of life in the game. And this would be something that would be so easy for them to do and would definitely increase the quality of life. Let's skip over that one. The Cal Kerouac. All right, there's lots of issues with the Cal Kerouac, and I think what this player is asking for here is definitely something reasonable and something that we should have. They want to increase the time for the Cal Kerouac non boss fights from a minute 30 to 3 minutes. I think they should extend this for all of them. Sometimes things happen and it times out on you, and then you're out. GG. Rip AP. All right, like we have a fixed number of attacks. Why do we need a time limit? Why is there a time limit to use your 10 attacks? When you think about it, most of the times when these time out, it's because you summoned it and then something happened. Maybe you got a phone call. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Maybe you had to go use the facilities. I don't know, but it happens to all of us. At some time or another, we summon a Calcarac, and then it times out on us, and it does not make any sense for you to have a time limit when you have an attack limit. It would make sense to have the time limit if you didn't have the attack limit. Like what are they doing here? Like Cal Kerouac, when it first came out, was amazing because you could just go out there blast. Right, you got great crystals, you got great rewards, and they keep messing with it, and they keep making it worse and worse. The timing of each level is absolutely horrendous. You get your first level, then you go like 2, 3 weeks before you get your next level, and then by the time you could do even the last level, KVK is fucking over. God damn it, man. Like, what kind of fucking dumbass motherfucker set this up? Right? Who was thinking about this? Oh, here, let's give them a legendary Cal Kerouac boss so that they can fight on the last 2 days of KVK. Get fucked, fucker. Here's another one that I agree with. All right, they're talking about civilization here. Add Zulu with Impi as infantry special unit in Ethiopia with the Roma warrior as cavalry special unit. Civilizations. Both of them share Africa continent like Egypt, but has unique aesthetics for which differ from Egypt. All right, there's been some stuff going around where players are on the money with this. We need a new civilization, or we need to update the KVK shop, which I'd rather them just upgrade the KVK shop, right? Because there's something inherently wrong with the KVK shop. You could go in, you get a cab skin, you get an archer skin, but you can't get an infantry skin. Like, why? Who is thinking of this stuff? Like, when you think about what they do in this game, it's sort of like, oh hey, I showed up for the game. I don't mind if I sit on the bench and don't play today. Like, come on, go all in and actually do this stuff right so that it actually makes some sense to a logical human being. Like, just even talking about this, I feel stupid for even playing this game. Add a new open field civilization based on Mongolia, oriented to caste specialization, with commanders related to Mongolia's history. Now, I want to get this out there. I'm an archer player, but I don't think we need a new cav civ. We need, when they released the last infantry civ, they made a big mistake because you could go out and you could get like Britain or Germany with your training speed or AP recovery. Where's the infantry version of this? It's sort of like, and it's so crazy to me that they do this stuff because when you think about, you have your free to play and you have your pay to win. Most free to play end up being infantry by default for some odd reason, which that's just the way things are. So for them not to give the same stuff to infantry players as they do as archer or cavalry players is totally crazy. Like this is wild. I don't see a reason for an open field civilization for cavalry. We have civs that will help you out in the open field for cavalry. Now, we've all been in the boat here, Professor Magic. Founders feel big, so it's hard to contact to give advice, while the suggestion is to improve everything. If it continues like this, it won't take long for the players to switch. That's true. We've all got that generic message from every last player. I mean, sometimes you might get lucky and get a legit response, but at this point, I think you're better off going out buying a lottery ticket, and you might hit it for a jackpot before you get a good response from these people. So you're best to go look at this as it is. It's just a game. Go have fun. If you feel the need to send them an email and yell at them or whatever you need to do, go do it. It doesn't mean anything. They don't care. You care. They don't care. So why are you even wasting your time even trying to get bent out of shape over this? Now, young boy here, stop doing stuff like inscriptions that widen the gap between high spenders and low spenders or F2Ps. This is why your game is dying. I agree. They it doesn't cost them anything. There's stuff that they could do if they want to make more revenue. But they just don't do it. And I'm not going to say that they're doing it wrong, but at the same time I'm going to say that they're doing it wrong. And I'm not going to say what they could do to make more money. But adding this just really upset everyone. Even the content creators, like you watch Chiscool's videos on this stuff, and he's up there like, I spent $35 a day on this, and I just get wrecked day in day out. Well, I hate to do this, but Chiscool, you're crazy, man. Quit spending $35 on there. I understand it doesn't mean nothing to you, but quit spending it. You're just feeding them, just making them feel good that they're doing the right thing by adding this stuff. Quit doing that. There's another one about Sorority. Let's skip over that. Now, this is the same guy that keeps posting about these African civilizations. Skip over that. At dispatch refresh option one time weekly. I don't understand in the state forum why we cannot refresh our dispatches. Like, even one time weekly, like, dude, come on, we need this one time a day. Just let's refresh them one time a day. Like this is like, you're already getting garbage. Even when you refresh and you get a dispatch quest that you want to do, you're probably going to end up with garbage anyways. Just add the refresh. Like, what are you doing? Like, you add this new thing and it's just wrecking everything else, which we'll get into later. Now, I agree with Biggie Ma here. So, we got this red packet event going on, and the notification system is absolutely horrendous. You get this red packet, they send out a gift. You get 5 people to click on it, even though the gift is expended. You still have that red packet sitting up there. So your dumbass goes over and we click the red packet and it's like view, 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 view. And you click on all them and they've all been accepted already. Why are you doing this to people? Why are you trolling your players by having a notification system like this? Come on, man. Jeez. Like, get rid of it. Now, here's another one about the daily quest refresh for the dispatches. Highly unlikely to want to do dispatch missions for resources in the game mode. No one wants to do those dispatch quests for resources in that game mode. You are not even giving them the amount of resources that you get from attacking a barbarian. The math does not add up, Lilith. So, here's what I do. I go in and I'll do them, but I just get angry about it. Where's anger going to get you in this game? Probably playing a new game. I feel bad for new players coming in because once they start to figure this out, it's going to be easy for them to just walk away. It's going to be like, hey, I showed up to the party. Oh, I'm kind of tired. I'm going home. And off they go to play another similar game. Release Calvin as a playable commander, which heads will drop from barbarians. They're never going to have something like that where Calvin's heads are dropping from barbarians. They release Calvin. It's going to be as a legendary commander or a new epic. It's not going to be anything. They're never going to do stuff like that ever again. Now we're back to the good old good. Add a barbarian forward option to the search feature. This has been something that players have been requesting since the dawn of Rise of Civilizations. Let's go. GG RIP. They already addressed this. They said, get fucked, Governor. Make presets for armaments. They will do this in the future. That's 100% something that they're going to do. Add an option to silence ready check notifications every single time someone chooses an option that's annoying as hell. Come on, are you serious, bro? That's the whole reason for ready check, so that you know. Why do you want to silence notifications? Just don't send out the ready check then, dude. Make the chance to get a gold commander from gold key. The chance is too low. That's the whole point, bro. Is that you're not supposed to be able to be getting these commanders so easy. Add stream mode to the game, which you turn off the markers from your screen so people can stream fights without showing the markers to the enemies. More content to the game equals more players incoming. Nah, dude, that does not equal more players incoming. Just stream and market yourself better, alright? Now, here, young master, and I read autocorrect sometimes. Now, what they want is get siege stats out of armaments. FFS. God bless your soul. Keep fighting the good fight, bro. You get an upvote for that. Who wants siege stats on this stuff? Like, you don't even have a siege commander. So, I understand that you have 4 troop types, but your siege, no one uses in the field to fight. So why are we putting armaments, which is the equivalent of equipment, on them that has nothing to do with farming? We don't need attack. We don't need defense. We don't need health on these siege. We're not sending out our siege into a node and saying, oh, come on, buddy. I got Cleo Sondak in there. Come on, you want to hit this thing. I got 10.5 base stats times 4. I got 42% base stats from armaments on this bitch. Let's go. Get wrecked. No, you're still going to get wrecked. They're going to run out there. You could have full March of T5 in that node, and you're going to end up with 200,000 T5 in your hospital, with or without the armaments. Come on, man. We don't want the siege stats. Once again, that falls into the category of who thought about this stuff. No one even thought this through. They just said, hey, let's throw this out there. Right? Like the half-assed stuff that they do in this game is getting kind of irritating for a lot of people. And I don't know these players. I don't know any one of them. Add streamer mode in game settings so turn on the chat gets blurred. Now, blurring the chat, that's something that you should be able to do with the stream. But I don't know if they know this, but you could figure out a way to do this on your own. Give Kingdoms more tools to fight off rogue players in Home Kingdom. Since Formation's release, there has been a lot of players selling their accounts, which has increased the amount of rogues. Now, the rogues, there's stuff that Rise of Kingdoms should let leadership do in their kingdom where the leaders do not have the tools to manage their kingdom properly. And it's a sad state of affairs here, because when you're running a kingdom, you should be able to have access to tools that you could use to advance your kingdom, and one of them should be able to take care of these rogue players. Now, you could go out, you could zero them. It doesn't matter. You cannot fully zero anyone because your hospital capacity, you're always going to have troops. So these players, and you can't even get them at zone 3 anymore and banish them to zone 1, which is something that should be able to be done. Which is kind of terrible though, because I'd rather them in zone 3. Because when they're in zone 1, they're attacking your farmers, and you're not going to be on your farm 24/7, or even a great majority of your time is going to be on your main account, which is going to most likely be in zone 3, which I'd rather the rogue player in zone 3 so that we could just keep zeroing them and it gets called out quickly and it's readily visible to you. Now, please get rid of the stories when you do traveling in the state forum. It is so tedious. No one wants to read the same things over and over and over day after day. Yeah, I'll vote, bro. No one wants to click through that fucking garbage. God damn it. Waste of time. Right? I gotta spend 2 minutes clicking through something that I've seen 100 times already just to get trash. Right? No one wants to see that. It was a great idea. I appreciate them taking some effort to put some kind of aesthetic in there with it. But at the end of the day, you gotta think long term, and that was not a long term thought. Like those that stupid scholar popping up, or you got Mark's woman and the Viking civilization background. It doesn't even make sense what they did for these. They threw them in there, and they're like, "Yo, we're gonna make you sit here for the rest of your Rise of Kingdoms career and make you watch these same tutorials for 2 minutes straight." Yeah, nope. I'd much rather the autoplay feature work properly, where you click autoplay and it actually goes right through it, instead of clicking autoplay and still having to click through each statement and pop up. Like, no, come on, man. Autoplay to me means it's just gonna play once you click that button. I shouldn't have to keep tapping my screen or clicking my mouse button. That does not make any sense. Why do you even have the autoplay up there if it doesn't autoplay? Add different skins for each civilization units that aren't special units, so those units become a bit more realistic. I don't even understand what they're really saying here. Same dude asking for the African civs. I'm not even sure if he really understands what he's asking for there. But long story short, there's other skins that you could accrue through the game and achieve what you're asking for. So really, what you're asking for is, yo, you're dumb, bro. There. Allow troops that are in preparation phase for rallies to still be attacked. It's too easy for farm killers to hide troops away, and there's nothing you could do about it. Not gonna happen, bro. Pinata city skin. Make a city skin that looks like a pinata so I can swap over to it when they're rallying my city. This dude's kind of funny. Even if it costs money, I don't care what kind of buff or debuffs it adds. Please and thank you. That's pretty funny. Kind of like that one. So let's put the upvote on there. All right. I feel the KVK shop and Lost Canyon shop really need some new items. They looking really old now. See, that's a common problem in this, is that we're so focused when developing this game that we forget that sometimes we need to update the old stuff. Right? I think there's a lot of updating that they should have did to older stuff before they installed this armaments inscription system. Right? And one of them is that KVK shop. I said we'd be getting into this later, and we're getting into it now. So you go into the KVK shop, and it's the same items in there that have been in there since the start of the season of Conquest. And people have been looking for and asking for an infantry city skin in there. Now we're releasing 15% skins for the Zeniths. Why are we not adding a 10% infantry skin to the KVK shop? Like that is like crazy to me. Like, wow. Like, you're an infantry player? We're just sitting in the background like laughing at you. Right? Because we're giving archers 2 skins in there. We're giving a calf skin. It doesn't make any sense. It's like they hate infantry players. They should have just added it to the shop when they released this last round of infantry commanders. It makes no sense. No sense. Here's another thing now that TH is bringing up that is like wild. Just another thing, and now the rewards weren't amazing for this, but there were rewards. So when you go into your puzzles and you go in there, you do your puzzles. The quicker you did them, the higher rank you would get, and you would get some type of reward from that rank. All of a sudden, we released this last round of puzzles, and that system is gone. They're like, no, we're taking away those, and that had nothing to do with F2P or P2W. Like that was just something that they are just like, nah, we're cool. You're not getting that anymore. We're cool. All right. Like it does not make any sense. They're just taking away stuff, adding stuff, taking away stuff, and they missed the mark here. Like that was something that was not contingent upon money spent, hours played. It just came down to, can you move these pieces into the correct order the fastest? It was a freaking amazing thing. I used to go in, I would use all my challenges trying to get the best time. Now I go in, just do my puzzle, get out. I don't even care anymore. Right? Sad, sad, sad. Band people get good rewards from red packets. This is someone that is bitter. I like the bitterness just because it's hilarious. Replace autoplay button with skip button and stay forum travel. That would be awesome. Yeah, let's go with this one. Let's let's get rid of that autoplay button. Let's just get a straight skip button. That would be awesome. Oh, here's another one for a fort search that we're never gonna get. Now this player wants passport costs of silver credits lowered. 600K is too much. That's the whole point. It's like this for a reason. They want you to go in and buy the bundle, not use your credits to get passports. It's sort of like something that they dangle it in front of you, like you could get this, but it's ridiculous. Remove possibility of receiving expertise gold key commanders. No. Right? And why I'm downvoting that is because a lot of players don't know this because they don't usually do something like this. All right, so when KVK comes around and you're donating to your RCF and you get those tokens that you trade into the shop, most players go in, they only donate up until they are able to buy out all the items that they need, which there's other stuff that you could do. Keep donating those heads and you're going to get a ton of speed ups in return. All right, so all your extra heads for these expertise gold key commanders, dump into that donation to your RCF. All right, here's another one about a new civ. Release Greece civilization unless you're already planning to do. You could release epic Greek commanders like Leonidas, Alexander the Great, or more. This could also be accompanied by an event like the Egypt event right now or something. A Persia Conqueror campaign or a Thermopylae campaign. Greek really was a good civilization. You could add Spartans as a new extra unit and Macedonian, the companions. Now, I don't know if Space Cadet here realizes this, but we already have Leonidas. We already have Alexander the Great. And they are legendary, so they are not going to add prime versions of these ones either. So, what commanders would you really want here? That would be awesome, especially if they made it that infantry with the training speed. That would be awesome, right? I think that would be awesome. I mean, currently outside of KVK, I use Germany just for the AP recovery and the training speed. So, I mean, giving infantry players the ability to do that, but I use Germany because cavalry, like you're running all these forts, so you want to use Germany really outside of KVK. Now, please give an infantry civilization that has a troop training buff. Archers and cav both have this, but none for infantry. Now, I agree. You see players chat. A lot of people don't necessarily go in and look at these in-game suggestions. I don't even know if the developers do. I don't know who really reads this other than me and this small number of Rise of Kingdoms players. This is a good suggestion from Rogue HCG. Add a dark mode to the chat for people who struggle with bright things. I mean, most things have this anymore. I use dark mode all the time. It's on my phone. It's on my tablet. It's on my laptop here. You know, it's on everything. I just put dark mode on. I just like it. It's easy. Now, Twizzle guy wants to ink an empire as well. Like I said, I don't care what the empire is. I'm more looking for some fairness here. Right? Give the infantry players something, man. Like, you come out with new commanders, but that's nothing special. You come out with new commanders for archers, cavalry, leadership, right? Give the infantry their skin, man. Just give them the skin that they want. Oh, so deals direct damage to the target. So if this is true, which I can't test, but if that's true, they need to fix that, right? They do need to fix that. Upvote. Change the all for one KVK buff to allow only players and alliances that have territory built in the Lost Kingdom to teleport freely under their kingdom's territory after the completion of Past Glory Stage 3. I don't know, man. What do you guys think about that? Users who use their territorial teleport to move close to their alliance's base should be given it back if the alliance kicks them. No. It's your responsibility to manage the location of your city, not your alliance leadership. Do you know how many times players cry about this when I guarantee there was at least 3 mails and 16 goddamn markers saying teleport to safety when going offline. Come on, man. You take the time to go in here and make this post, but you don't take the time to read the mail from your alliance leaders or read your freaking markers. All right? I'm sure lots of R4, R5 feel me when I say, read your dang markers. Release an item that resets a commander as a whole and gives back the book and sculptures into your inventory. Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. Go talk to the wall. Add a skip option to the tutorial when you create an account. I want to abuse red packets more efficiently. I do think they need to add a skip option to the tutorial, but I think it's something that's hard built into the game. I don't think that's something that's so easy for them to remove. I think that would be a very complex thing where we might end up having the servers taken out for even longer than the 12-hour day. Would be great for the whole rock community to offer a one-time command to reset. Would really help the F2P guys by enabling them to have a better experience in SOC with the use of a better commander than a negative feeling for making an early mistake. The game's complex enough to learn, so this would be a big positive to all. I don't know. I don't know because I understand wanting this, but I feel like that's part of the game. We've all made mistakes. You learn from your mistakes. Now, is it really a mistake if you have the ability to change it? Uh, I don't know, man. I think you're a little off here. Uh, I think it would be a good idea that you could do something in the game, like an achievement, and be able to do this for one commander. But it wouldn't be easy, the achievement. Like, you would have to work towards it. It's not something that you just pop in and say, hey, I'm going to get this done today. No, it's something that you'd have to build to over time, right? Because the whole achievement system needs to be updated as well. Like, they updated where you get a small amount of speed ups, but I think when you think about the amount of time that goes into some of this stuff that you have to do to get a little achievement that you could put on your profile page there is unrealistic. For you're going to put in months and months at working at a certain achievement, and then you're going to get a 15-minute speed up. Like, it does not equate. Increase the alliance mark cap. Sometimes there are a lot of stuff to mark: sanctums, altars, shrines, temples, enemies, important information, runes, flags, and there is enough marks for everything. It can be solved increasing alliance marks from 10 to 15. Anyone that does R4 or 5 definitely agrees with this guy. However, I don't. Less markers. Just go out there. Do what you need to do, right? So, I mean, a lot of people are just too lazy to go out and look at the runes themselves. They just go. Sometimes you're in a rush, and I do it too. I'll be like, "Yo, is there an AP recovery rune? Is there a training rune?" Like, nah. Don't have the officers wasting their time setting up a marker on a rune when you're not fighting. It's okay when you're fighting, and you mark the best fighting rune, like a 7 and 7, something like that, or a health 10%. But a lot of this comes down to get on Discord like they ask you to. Every fighting alliance tells you get on Discord, listen to this. All right, if you can't understand the language, you can see what's going on the dang screen, right? Like, important information. You don't need to mark every little thing. All you do is you clutter it up, and people don't really keep it simple, stupid. People just want to see, come here, go here. That's it. You don't need to keep putting up 82,000 freaking markers. Less markers so that when you do drop a marker, it has more meaning, and players therefore would have a better inclination to pay attention to that marker, that you took time to waste one of your markers to put it out there on the dang map. All right? Make it so that when you get a commander you already have from a gold chest, you get 50 sculptures instead of 10. Please, I'm trying to expertise Ragnar. Chisgul says he's viable. Nah, yo, take your penny, throw it in the wishing well, dude. Just throw it in there. Add Napoleon in the game with the cavalry buff. I bet you that's a cavalry player, right? I mean, try to make the game even in ways that we can physically or actually have a chance of making it sort of fair. So ask for that infantry with the training buff. Ask for it, please. Just for the Inf Simps out there, like, ask for that infantry civ. I don't care what it is. Like, Greece would be amazing with the Spartans out there, and then you get another Greek out there. Shit, make it a USA civ. Go USA. Get George motherfucking Washington out there with the training speed buff. Show those Brits who's boss. Way to exchange research and building speed ups for training in Universal. Example: 2 research / building for 1 training, 3 building / research for 1 Universal, and reversed. There should be a way to trade speed ups other than your building speed ups when you go into KVK. Now, research speed ups, you do use a bunch if you're getting deep into your crystal tech. So, I mean, they're still viable, but for most players, building speeds are not viable anymore. You're getting enough from your daily quests where you go into KVK and you could speed up all your buildings for your crystal research center and your crystal mine. You should be able to just trade them. I do think that they need to change the wheel. We should have we have training speeds up, we have building speeds, we have research speeds. I would like them to trade the building speeds for healing speeds. At least give us something sort of that the player could use. It wouldn't hurt them anything. Is just changing a couple things in their coding there. Like, just go in there and type some buttons, please. Make that make it that gathering commanders can gain XP by gathering. Sweet, that's a good idea. I mean, that's what they're there for, to gather. Why do they not get experience points to level up by doing what they're designed to do? It's another thing that makes sense, but does not make sense why they created it that way. Skipping dialogue boxes when getting an epic or legendary armament from traveling. We give us the skip function. Give us the skip. Make it easier to get civilization swaps for F2P players. I don't see a reason why F2P should be swapping civs that much. You do get them from certain events, like usually get that thing where you get the stars, and it's usually like with the map search quest where you trade your map pieces, and you'll get a civ change up there. But there's if you're F2P, you should not be changing your civ that much. You should be picking a civ that's beneficial to the type of player that you are. And an example, if you're an archer player, choose Britain. If you're a cat player, choose Germany. If you're an infantry player, get fuck governor. You need to fix your randomizer ASAP. It sucks. We all agree. Add a find gem node button with the different levels you would for food or wood, for example. Never going to happen. That's going to be like the barbarian fort search function. They're just going to say get screwed. At KVK seasons 4 and 5 before season of conquest. I don't know what they're asking, really, just for more KVKs before going to SOC. That's the whole point, is you go through KVKs 1 through 3 and then you get to the SOC. Right? So essentially seasons 4 and 5 are just seasons 4. There is no season 5. It's just another SOC KVK. I don't know. Did you guys notice? But now, when you get 10 heads of Commander Lilith forces recruiting of a commander, resulting in pop up package appearing, it appears for a bad time for a low spender. 10 goal heads are done. Revert the chain so you can recruit commander anytime you want. Um, they must have some sort of glitch here, because when I go into my commanders, I got Sargon in there, I got Leo in there. I don't. Maybe they screwed up here and it was just some kind of glitch that this player experienced. This is something that they should actually go in and ticket support about. They might actually get something from them. I mean, seriously, when this player's asking, they're literally asking to spend money. I don't see why they would tell them no. Like, just go in their account, revert that commander so they could give you your money when they want to give you the money. Ability to sell anti-scout and intercept troops in the alliance shop. Does anyone use these? Just in trolling scenarios. That's the only time that people actually use those. You should be able to trade them in your alliance shop. Not that with the current system that you could get anything worth of value to you out of the alliance shop. I mean, most alliances can't afford to stock passport pages, which is one of the things that most players would be looking for in there. Sure, you get your 25% expansions from there, or your talent resets or your renames, but I mean, for the most part, we're not getting anything that we want from Alliance shops. Like when they redid the shop and did the sell back function, people were so optimistic. Like, hey, I'm gonna be able to get all this swag. No, nah, nah. They're never gonna give us stuff that we actually would want. Right? What they have, there's an inherent flaw in the game right now, and with the Alliance credits, like it's just a scheme. It's one of those situations where they're dangling the carrot in front of you and you're never gonna get it. Create a system where we could challenge our friends from other kingdoms to a duel for fun. Yeah, that's called KVK. That would be awesome though. That's not they're. I think they're more talking like you go in and you could challenge person from X kingdom and you actually do a field fight with them and you see who's better. That would be awesome. Make an option to recycle formation on obtained screen if garbage. Don't have to chase up later. Just can delete there. I would not be deleting any of this stuff just yet until you see exactly what the change is going to be. The only times that I would delete these is if you get 3 siege stats, like attack, defense, health. That'd be the only time to do that, and I don't necessarily think you should be doing that just yet because we don't know how range commander is going to be. And when they came out and power up KVK, we were using siege units, so I would not be so hasty to be trashing any of these just yet, unless you have multiples for multiple formations and you could determine that you are not going to need this even if siege become viable. I do not think siege will become viable, but we don't know, and no one knows. Only Lilith knows in their long-term plan. Season 4 of KVK being a training season, still same commanders, but only puts you in with other kingdoms in season 4. Uh, yeah, that would be awesome. But you're getting the same cycles with certain kingdoms, and those are the kingdoms that you're gonna fight, and those will end up being the only kingdoms that you fight. And it'd get kind of boring if you're the losing kingdom. You need that rotation. I think what you should be asking for is a longer season in between KVK 1, in between inception of account to KVK season 1, then a longer duration until KVK season 2, and then a longer duration until KVK 3, so that when you get to season 4, you're actually ready for season 4. Reworked armament system. Currently, there's too much RNG. Everyone agrees. Alright, armaments needs a smith that can alter, swap, or improve stats on items. You just shower us in endless useless garbage. And that is so true, everyone. Endless, useless garbage. And if unlucky, there's no way you can ever keep up with people who boost their marches with up to 30% extra stats plus inscriptions. I mean, just look at this, and you need to understand that you're not alone in this world. Every single player is feeling your pain. Everyone is getting wrecked on this. Everyone. Bring Persia Empire. Have 1 minute rally. That would be awesome. Add new civ. Any new civ, please. Actually, one. I agree. Get a new civ. Every time you add a new civ, it seems to bring new life into the game. Get a new civ. Grant the ability to reset undesirable dispatches a certain amount. Yeah, I don't understand why we're not able to change those. You're locked in. Stop doing polls while streaming. It's annoying. So give us an option to reset all dispatches at least once weekly. Right, like I said, yeah, we should be able to reset them once a day. All right, so now let's go into actual gameplay. All right, so if it lets me. I can hear the game. Just can't see the game. No, let's get rid of it. I don't know why it's doing that. No, I just want to reset the app. Quit Rise of Kingdoms. Let's fire it back up here. Because they made some changes in here that are just like so weird. So weird. Alright, so I left some stuff here to do today. And for specific reasons. Alright, let's build troops here. Alright, and let's go in. And let's just open our silver key here. So we're gonna sort of kind of look at some of this stuff that they did here, which is kind of, it's messed up, man. Like, they're just messing with people now. So you have your scroll over here, and you click on. So you got your training quest here. All right, so upgrade buildings in the city one time. When you've been playing the game a long time, like a long time, all your buildings are maxed out. Now, something changed that's really, really infuriating to me. So you see, I have this upgrade buildings in the city one time. So I never used to have to do anything. I used to just be able to collect that because all my buildings were maxed out. So you used to be able to go in, right? Say you didn't have anything to upgrade, or could upgrade, or was not going to upgrade that day. You used to be able to go in, drop a road down, boom, quest done. So now, drop the road, come in here, upgrade buildings in the city one time, right? So let's throw that back in the bag there. So this little stupid ass building here is preventing me from collecting that daily. And what they want you to do is spend your gems to get these stupid things, to get stupid ass garbage like this shit. Infantry, archer, all damage, echelon, not using it, right? Troop load, barbarian, damage, archer attack for line formation. I actually might use that on some gatherers, but not really, because I mean, most of the nodes I got troops enough to cover. Like, troop load doesn't really matter. You only need so many troop load ones for your pit. And even then, you're finishing gathering before your pit march is maxed out. So you come in here, and then look at all this garbage. So if I do this 30 for an hour, which is okay, but no one's going to do this for the building speeds. When you got no good quests, you'll do that to these items to upgrade this. But I just think this is strange that they installed this mechanism when you've had players doing this stuff for such a long time, and then all of a sudden we can't do it. Another thing that this affected is we got this little event going on, tiles and bricks. I used to log in, just be able to collect this. Used to get 1,300 gems, 9 hours speed ups, 2.5 hours of training speed ups. I mean, we don't really care so much about the building ones. I mean, we would convert those normally during KVK, and we would use the research speed ups during KVK. Now, unless I want to dump some gems into this sucker, I don't get that. So it's sort of like a tax on the players that happen, where they're saying, hey, max out this building so that you could get the rewards that you used to get. When in reality, I'm thinking, like, get fucked. I'm not doing that. Right? I'm not going to use my gems on that. Right? It makes no sense to use your gems on this. It's hard enough to justify using the gems and more than gems on this. When you look at this garbage that they're giving you. When I'll get another travel chance at level 18. But all the travels do. Right? I got 15 here. Well, let's do these. 3,000 gold. 25 minutes of training speed ups. Now I get this stupid stuff where I'm going to click autoplay. Now, I'm imagining that it's going to keep going through this, but in reality, it's quicker for me just to keep clicking on this. Like, where's the skip function? We've all seen this scholar dude about 100 times now to get something like this. We're getting gold gathering speed. This one's actually pretty decent because I'm getting gold gathering speed on line formation, which I'll use on gatherers. Nice! Making me an OP farmer. Let's go. Alright, 10,000 food, 50,000 food, 50,000 food. And now, here, let's click autoplay. I'm just going to click. I don't even give it. I got no care in the world whatever they're saying on here. I can't even tell you because right from the drop I've been clicking right through that stuff. Alright, so we got gold gathering speed, troop load, command line formation. Oh, we got the arch. Something that we're never going to put that on. Like, this is like stupid. Alright, look at this garbage. 25 minutes of research, 3,000. Why am I going to put gems to get this stuff? So, like, when you think about this, now I'm clicking through this. Click as fast as possible. Right here. We got about 20 seconds to do that. To get this, hollow square, troop load, siege health, and cav attack. Get wrecked. Right? 10,000 food, 50,000 wood. So now, when you look at those quality, and I'm talking this is primo cherry shit here. Alright. So we used all our travels to upgrade this. I currently have 320 of the Sage Testimony. Now, I need 300 more. Should be a lot of gems to get one more of these travels to get like 3,000 gold, 25 minutes of speed ups. It does not compute here. Does not compute. The same person should not be dumping their gems into that. Like, it does not make any sense. And I just think it's really messed up that they did something like that. Where you can't go in and collect this now. When you used to collect it. Or do your daily quest for the skillful craftsman by dropping your wood block down there so that you could spend a ridiculous amount of gems to upgrade this stupid ass building that no one asked for. No one asked for this. What you do see people asking for is not being added to the game, but stuff that people aren't asking for is being added to the game. Now, why would they do this to their players? Like, this does not make any sense at all. Right? Does not make any sense. Like, why would they do this? So, they just slide stuff like this right in there on you. And you don't realize it until it happens. Sort of like an Oakland slip here. Like, we just slide this stuff in there and we sit back. We're going to be like, wonder when they're going to notice that this happened. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, well, guess what? I'm here to tell you. We noticed. We're not happy. I think it's kind of funny that your content creators, Dragotian doesn't really do anything anymore. Chisgle's been streaming other games. What are you going to do? Because that is a sign of death to me that your mainstream content creators are going elsewhere to get content. Because the stuff that you're adding here is not doing the job, Lily. Let's get the job done. Just, you want to shut players up? Add that Barbarian Fort function. I guarantee you got quiet players. Slide it right in there. Like you did this little maneuver here that you did with the State Forum where you can't collect your tiles and bricks rewards or your daily quest. Right? Just slide it in there with an update with the new infantry civ with the training speed. Let's just slide it in. Alright? Even if it's just the tip, just slide it in there. Alright? Thanks, Lily. Thanks for If you stuck around this long, thanks for listening to me. Really appreciate it. Love you guys.